Hello everyone and welcome to the Week 30 edition of Instant Replay, where I give you my take on the most controversial calls of the weekend. I'm Simon Borg. We start in Orlando, where a 1-0 loss officially eliminated the Lions from playoff contention, but when it was still 0-0 in the 19th minute, I thought Orlando should have had a penalty when Montreal's Kyle Fisher raises his right arm to block this header from Jose Aja. Referee Armando Villarreal says play on. And then in the 41st minute, I thought there was another strong case for an Orlando penalty. This time it was Kaká delivering the cross, and defender Vandril Lefebvre extends the right arm to deflect the ball. But Villarreal didn't see it the same way. No penalty called. And Kyle Larin wanted yet another penalty in minute 53 after he went down with Ambrazo Yongo on his back. But I don't see anything illegal on that challenge. Same with the play a minute later, also involving Larin and Oyongo. Now, I think the Impact defender deserved to be called for a foul earlier in the play when he tugs on Larin's shoulder, but after that, Oyongo goes on to win the ball fair and square. Then, shortly thereafter, Montreal's Dominic Oduro gets the goal that turns out to be the game winner. Next up, Avaya Stadium, where Real Salt Lake's Kyle Beckerman whacked San Jose's Anibal Godoy pretty good in the 56th minute. Quakes fan J.D. McCall wanted a straight red card shown to Beckerman, and I'm with him. To me, that qualifies as serious foul play for excessive force, but referee Kevin Stott decides not to pull out any cards for it. Our friend J.D. McCall is watching the match pretty closely because in the 66th minute, he spots Javi Morales with a raised arm on Darwin Seren, who doesn't protest, and no call from Stott on that one. The other big call in this match came in the 71st minute, when Shea Salinas goes down in the box with the score still tied 1-1, and it looks to me like RSL Sunday Steven hip check Salinas. I thought it was a penalty because he was playing the man, not the ball, but Stott isn't having any of it. That's the same Sunday Steven who in the 41st minute was going in straight-legged on a sliding tackle just after Stott called a previous foul. No card there either. We head to Dallas for the virtual Supporter Shield decider between FC Dallas and the LA Galaxy, and Stephen Kipple flagged what he thought should have been a penalty kick for LA in the 28th minute as Kellen Acosta and Sebastian Lletget come together in the box. And I think this is a great no call by referee Drew Fisher. Sure, there is contact between the players, but it comes as a result of both going after what is a 50-50 ball, and Acosta plays the ball the whole way. No protest from the Galaxy. In the 55th minute, we saw another potential turning point when Galaxy defender AJ De La Garza, already sitting on a yellow card, takes down Mauro Diaz, thus bringing an end to a promising Dallas attack. I would have gone second yellow there, but referee Drew Fisher graces him. I thought the Galaxy also got off the hook in the 64th minute on what looked to me like a defensive back pass by Jelle Van Damme that wasn't called, despite the protest from the crowd. Thanks to Andy Calderon on Twitter for flagging that one. Just one penalty claim from the fans at Dick's Sporting Goods Park, and it came in the 18th minute of the match between Colorado and Portland. But I say Portland's Ned Grabavoy wins this ball cleanly in the box, and Colorado's Jared Watts is plain beat on that play. No call from referee Alan Chapman, and I think he's right. Another pretty straightforward match at Mafre Stadium. Nothing major except to highlight some potential embellishment by Ethan Finlay early on as he runs by David Accam. I don't see contact, but then again our angle is not ideal. Also, just one play to look at from Gillette Stadium, and it's the 4th minute opening goal by Kai Kamara, who looked even with Sporting Kansas City's Saad Abdul Salam in the moment the decisive pass comes through. You can see Abdul Salam at the top of your frame. Great eye by assistant referee Brian Dunn. Kamara handled the offside line pretty well there, but he had a tougher time with Alan Kelly's whistle. Can't say I've ever seen a player react like that on the field. To Toronto, where DC shocked the home team with a 2-1 come-from-behind road win, both DC goals coming from Lamar Nagel, and both requiring great judgment from the assistant referees. On the first, assistant referee Joe Fletcher correctly rules that Nagel is on the right side of the last Toronto defender when that shot comes off. And on the second DC goal, Nagel looks even with the defender. Assistant Sean Hurd does well to keep his flag down on that one. The head referee in this one was Mark Geiger, and he had a few penalty kick decisions to make. First, in the 34th minute, it looks to me like Toronto's Josie Altidore stretches out the left arm to swat away this Lucho Acosta shot. Now, we don't have the best angle, but it appears like the contact may have happened on the line and thus inside the penalty box. Geiger's right there and says play on. Next, Elmer Bonilla wrote to tell us that he felt there was a good no call by Geiger in minute 52. But as we watch it again, I'm not so sure. DC defender Nick DeLeon extends his leg in an attempt to get in front of Toronto's Daniel Lovitz, but he trips Lovitz to do it. The referee calls a foul here, but deems it's Lovitz who committed it. This play is reminiscent of last week's controversy, also at BMO, when Josie Altidore steps in front of CJ Sapong. That was a foul on Altidore, and I agreed. This week, I think it's De Leon tripping up Lovitz. That's a penalty to me. Speaking of Josie, he wanted a foul called in the 63rd minute, but if there was a foul by DC defender Bobby Boswell, it happened outside the box. And then in the 81st minute, Toronto claimed there was a handball committed by Nagel in the box, and looking at these replays, I agree given Nagel's arm is extended away from his body. But the referee felt differently, perhaps judging Nagel didn't have enough time to react, and he didn't call the penalty. Off to Red Bull Arena, where I thought referee Jose Carlos Rivero and his crew did a great job managing a high-intensity game that was back and forth for a full 90 minutes. Just two instances to look at a little closer here. First, the Chris Duval bump in the box on Tranquilo Barnetta in the 11th minute. That was suspicious, but I can't tell from the angle whether it was a foul. Then there was the 76th minute stomp by Chris Pontius on New York's Felipe. It's really late and Pontius escapes without a card. And we end in Vancouver, where the rival Whitecaps and Sounders faced off and both earned penalty kicks and red cards. Let's start with the PKs. In the 24th minute, Seattle's O'Neal Fisher does everything he can to bring down Whitecaps teen phenom Alphonso Davies. No doubt about it for referee Ricardo Salazar. Then, in the 80th minute, it was a penalty for Seattle after a clear handball by Vancouver's Jordan Harvey, who deflected this Brad Evans cross with his left arm. And Evans himself converts the spot kick to win it. But 3 minutes later, Evans gets sent off for an attempted headbutt that didn't connect with Vancouver defender David Edgar. But whether it connects or not, that's a red card for violent conduct. No question to me. Earlier in the second half, it was Vancouver's Pedro Morales getting himself sent off for delivering an elbow on Seattle's Christian Roldan when the ball was already long gone. That's another no-brainer, folks. And I thought Vancouver were lucky not to have another two players sent off in this one. First, in the 52nd minute, the youngster Davies goes in for the stomp on Fisher, and I thought that endangered the safety, but Salazar simply calls a foul, nothing more. Then in the 78th minute, Blas Perez breaks stride to deliver a stomp and kick to Seattle's Hercules Gomez, who was on the ground next to him. That was deserving of a straight red card to me, but no cards came out on the play from the referee. That's all we have for now. Thanks again for all the spots on Twitter via #InstantReplay. Until next week, for our editor Abner Aceves, I'm Simon Borg. See you next time!